Good morning, yogi. Welcome to this Get Up and Go morning yoga flow. We're going to start straight away at the top of our mats standing this morning. If you have a couple of blocks handy, if you're stiffer in the first thing in the day, they could be really useful. Also, a blanket can be nice if you like support under your knees in lunges. So grab anything you need and I'll meet you at the top of your mat. And set the feet about hip distance apart, hands by your sides, palms facing forwards. Take a deep breath into your belly, grow tall through the crown of your head. Exhale, reach your shoulders down, out through your fingertips. Start to connect to your Ujjayi breath, that gentle sound as you exhale. Deep breath into your belly, into your chest. Just arriving here on your mat this morning. Intention is to do your best, whatever that looks like today. Let's circle the hands up, breathe in and look up. And exhale all the way down towards a forward fold. So as I mentioned, if you're a little tighter in the mornings, or even just generally a little tighter in the hamstrings, your blocks can be really nice. Soften your way down, just see how the legs are feeling today. How the low back might be feeling today. Lift up halfway, stretch your torso out long. Shoulders slide down your back. Exhale back into your forward fold. Bend your right knee, keep your right hand on the floor or a block. Take your left hand out and up for a twist. We're going to do these movements in a moment with your breath. But for right now, we're just exploring how it feels to make these shapes first thing. Where there may be resistance, where we need to take care. And let your left hand come down, bend your left knee. Take your right hand out and up. Left hand stays on the floor or anchored to your block. Rotating through the belly, the ribs and the chest. Looking down if that feels best on your neck or out to the side. Up if that feels available. And release down. Put all the weight back into your feet. Circle your hands back up to the sky. Perhaps look up. Reach it high. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's go again. Half sun salutation variations. Inhale, circle your hands up, reach high. Exhale, fold forwards. Lift up halfway. And fold. Bend your right knee, keep your right hand down. Left hand spins up. And exhale, the left hand down. Left knee bends. Right hand spins up. Breathe it in, rotate. Expand. Exhale it down. Put the weight back into your feet. Circle your hands high, breathing in. And exhale, hands to heart. One more round of this. Inhale, circling up. Expand as much as you can, then exhale. Just waking up the legs. Lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, back of the neck long, hands down to the floor or the blocks. Bend your right knee, right hand down, left hand spins up. Exhale it down. Left knee bends, left hand stays down, right hand spins up. And release it down. Rock into the feet, soften the knees, push the feet down, straighten the legs once you get upright. Hands to the sky, hands to heart, exhale. Let's add in, we'll come into some Surya Namaskar A, some Sun Salutation A's now. Taking our time in the first one and then flowing with the breath on two more. Take your breath in and circle up. Hands can go forwards and up or out and up. Whatever feels best in your shoulders this morning. Exhale, fold forwards. Lift up halfway. Create the space in the spine. Hands to shins, blocks, or the floor as long as your back flattens out and lengthens. Move your blocks to the side if you're using them. Hands down, step your feet to the back of your space. Plank pose. So we'll hold a knee up plank if you can, or knees down if you prefer. Take a deep breath in. Drive through the arms, knuckles and fingertips, gripping into the earth. Shift forwards. Now lower your knees down for this first one, even if you are holding that higher plank. Elbows stay close, slow chaturanga to the floor. So keep pitching your chest forwards, all the way down. Tops of your feet will press down, and roll the chest up into Bhujangasana. A little engagement in your glutes, elbows close to your ribs, and length up, forwards and up in the chest. Soften your way down, tuck your toes, press up to the knees, and up and back into a downward facing dog. Hips high. So remember to drive through the shoulders. Your shoulders are elevated in down dog. Hips high, and start to pedal your legs a little bit to wake them up this morning. Can be quite a linear movement or quite a side-to-side hippie movement. 2 more deep breaths while you do this. Find the center, find stillness. Deep breath in, look forwards, and walk your way up to your hands. Lift up halfway on arrival. Big breath in. Exhale, fold forwards. Soften the knees, hands extend up. Hands to your heart. So we'll go again with your option to lower the knees or not is up to you in chaturanga. Take what you need this morning, yogis. Circle up. Exhale into your fold. Lots of space as you dive down. Take your time strengthening your back on descent. Lift up halfway, extend out. Step with your other foot first, please, back to plank. We're still going to take our extra breath. Take your breath in. Shift forwards. You can lower your knees if you want. Slow descent, chaturanga. Pull it into a cobra. Heart up, thighs down, tops of the feet down. Soften down. If you want, you could lift your knees on this round and press up to plank or up to tabletop again. Downward facing dog. Now settle into your down dog. Strong through the arms, rooted through the knuckles, especially through the thumb and first finger side of your hand, while externally rotating your upper arms. Tailbone high, heels sinking low. Another deep breath in. Fill up entirely. Sigh out. There we go. Use deep breath in, look forwards. Step with your other foot first, walk your way up to your hands. Lift up halfway and fold. Hands up to the ceiling. Back to your heart. One more round of this, please, yogis. Circle up and fold it down. Halfway lift, the hands might be staying a little closer down towards the floor with each round. Step it back, plank. Taking our extra breath. Shift and lower chaturanga. You're welcome to take this straight into an up dog if you have that in your practice, or back into a cobra if that's just feeling best for you first thing today. Up and back into a downward facing dog. However you get there works. Settle into the breath. Two more deep breaths, yogis. Yeah, deep breath in together. Try that sigh again. Gather up the feet, lift the heels, bend your knees, look forwards. Big step forwards to the top of your space. Lift up halfway or walk it up there if that just feels better. Exhale and fold. Take your hands up into your chest. Let's add in some standing poses to get your spine moving in some different directions. Take your hands up again, back into Uttanasana, back into your forward fold. This, you know, yogis already. Lift up halfway. And now let's step our right foot back. This is where your blanket could be useful. If you want to put something soft, a blanket or a pillow under your right knee, slide it under there. And let's walk the hands up onto the left knee, onto the left thigh, upright your chest and sink forwards and down into your right hip. Good. Inhale, lift up a little bit, square everything up. Exhale into the hip. One more time, lifting up, settle down. Take a deep breath in. And when you exhale, lift the hips up and back and fold. Again, if you feel a little stiffness in your hamstrings, put the blocks under your hands while you stretch your left leg straight. Peel the toes up towards the chest and lengthen the chest forwards towards the toes. And bow down as much as you want to until you feel some stretching in the left hamstring or calf. You may not need your blocks. You might be comfortable with your hands on the ground. Just find what works for you. One more deep breath. Good. Bend into your front knee. Move your blocks off to the side so they won't get in your way. And we're going to bring the hands up overhead. So now coming back into Anjaneyasana, back into a low lunge. Hips forwards and down. Heart lifting up, nice and vibrant through your fingertips. If this is a bit much for your shoulders this morning, put your hands at prayer. That's going to work perfectly too. And we're going to tuck your right toes and stand up nice and strong to high lunge. Whoop, there you go. You can always use your hands to help you up. You've got it, yogi. Firm that right out hip forward, square it up a little bit, sink into that left knee. We're going to get a little bit of fire going. Breathe in, reach up and back. As you exhale, lean your torso forwards, reach your hands back. Inhale, stretch your hands up. Exhale, lean. Inhale, hands up. Use your Ujjayi yogis. Lean forwards, fly your arms back. Hold here for 3, right leg strong. 2, heart reaching forwards. 1, back up, still high lunge. I know your left leg's going to start burning at some point. Hands forwards, -2, trust me. Make fists, deepen into the left knee. Pull that left hand back into a archer's twist. So we're turning our chest towards the left. You're looking back over that left forearm. Stay deep in that left knee. 3, nearly there, 2, and 1. We'll open it up. Warrior 2, spin the right foot down. Open the arms out to the front and back. Left knee is still bent, torso is stacked over the hips. Seal the outside of your right foot down. And let's give that left leg some relief. Left leg straightens, left palm reaches up and back, right hand down the thigh, reverse triangle. Enjoy this little bit of rest for the left leg. Nice long stretch through the side of your body. And we'll rotate down towards the floor. Spin your hands down. Step it back to a plank. You can pop your knees down if you like. Take a breath in. Lift up, yogi, shift forwards. Chaturanga push-up. So you go halfway down. Press it back up nice and strong. Then down to the floor or straight into an up dog. Cobra or up dog, either one works. And back to your downward facing dog. Settle in if you'd like a child's pose. That's a great place to rest too. All right, yogis. Back in your down dog if you rested in child's pose or elsewhere. Gather up the feet. Bend your knees, look forwards, big step, or we hop up to the hands. Halfway lift on arrival. And fold. Stretch your left foot back. Lower your left knee down to your mat. Climb your hands up onto your right knee, right thigh. Low lunge and inhale. Lift up and out of it a little bit. Exhale, sink down into it. Inhale up some. Exhale into it. And again. We'll hold a little lift in the heart. You're doing great, yogi. We'll straighten out the right leg and fold once again if your blocks help you to get good alignment through your spine. In your Ardha Hanumanasana, your half split, use them underneath your shoulders as arm extenders at any height. So as you get more warmed up, and over time, as your hamstrings loosen up, they can change heights. As you bow down, toes want to reach the heart is wanting to reach the toes. Lots of love into your hamstring and calf this morning. Lovely, yogi. Bend into the front knee. Lift your hands up overhead. And a reminder, if you don't want your hands overhead, you can always put them at your heart in prayer position. Are you ready? We're going to tuck your left toes. Think Mula Bandha, zip up the belly. And if you need to use your hands to help you, that's totally cool too. You're gonna lift up into a high lunge. This is where we get the energy moving this morning. Reach your fingers, elevate the shoulders, sink into the right knee. Exhale, lean, torso forwards, little fingers reach up and back. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, lean. Inhale it up. Exhale and lean and pause, hold there. Coming up, yogi, well done. We're going to take the hands forwards. If you've got a little tremble in the legs, lots of heat going on, that's fine. Let the knee come into that lovely 90-degree angle if you can. If it needs to be further back, that's fine. You're like, hush, Shona, get going. Pull that right hand back into an archer's twist. So it's like you're pulling the string of a bow back behind you, turning belly, ribs, chest into it, deepen into the front knee. Keep your chest upright. Put a big smile on your face. That's it, yogi. Carefully release your bow. Back forwards, open it up, warrior two. A little spin of your left foot and some fancy footwork into Virabhadrasana 2. Right knee straight forwards, check down, make sure it's not rotated too far in or falling in with the foot. Seal the outer foot down, to left foot to the mat. Give your right leg some love. Turn your right palm up to the ceiling. Stretch it up and back. Right leg gets to straighten out 2. Lots of space into your ribs. A lateral stretch for your spine. And we'll spin this down. Back down to your mat. Spin onto your left toes. Step your way back into your plank. Last one of these coming up, yogis. Breathe in, shift forwards. If you want to, chaturanga push-up first, lower halfway. Press it up from the knees or not. All the way down to the floor, please, yogis. Tops of the feet rest down. Hands by your sides, palms down, forehead onto the floor. Deep breath in and out. Lift up the head, the hands, the chest, and your feet for 5. Just a little bit of a back strengthener. 4. Make sure the back of your neck's long. 3, so you're looking just at the front of your mat. 2. And 1, rest your hands under your head. Rest your feet down. Take a deep breath. One more of those. If you'd like to clasp your hands, you can do. So they can either be by your sides or you can clasp and interlace at the low back. Let's go again. We'll lift up, chest, hands, head, lengthen the neck, lift up the feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, big smile, yogis, you're nearly there. 1, soften down. Head on the hands, deep belly breath. Under your shoulders, tuck your toes. You can lift the knees or not. Press up. Downward facing dog. Last couple of breaths in a down dog this morning. We'll walk forwards towards perhaps about the middle or just past the middle of your mat. And let your knees come down to the mat with all 10 of your toes tucked under for toe stretch. A chance to clasp your hands behind your back. So you've got, if you can, hips down towards your feet, all of your toes tucked under. If this doesn't work in your quads or your knees, you can be here with your hips over your knees. It's also okay. If you can sit back, do so. Clasp your hands, open into the chest. Let me turn to face you guys. You can take your hands to your right hip and tilt your head to the right. If at some point you're absolutely dying to release your toes, you can do. Stay with it a little longer if you're able to. Lift your head, switch your hands over to the other side, tilt your head over that way. Gently stretch the right side of your neck. Good. Come on out. Lean forwards and wiggle your toes. Your one single balance this morning, you're going to tuck your toes. All of them. Your blocks might be useful. And lift up your knees. See if you can find your balance in toe balance here. So it might be that you want to use your blocks like training wheels on a bike. Or you can put your hands at prayer. If you're still feeling like going a little more difficult, hands up overhead. If that feels way too easy this morning, close your eyes. For 5. Feel like you're rising rather than descending. 4, so you're nice and light. 3. Last little bit of effort here, yogis. 2. And 1. Soften your way down, all the way to the floor, however you can. You can soften the bump with your hands. Come down to a seated position, cross-legged. That's it. Make yourself comfortable. Enjoy a forward fold. Any height works. You can go all the way down to the floor with your forearms, or you can stay on your hands. Just feel your breath slowing down. Good, sit your way up. A little switch up across of your legs. Make sure we're even in this hip stretch. Deep breath in, sit tall. Exhale, lean forwards. This time, a little wander over to the right with the hands. Coming back to your center, over to the left. Again, right to the middle. Sitting upright, right hand to left knee, left hand behind you, single, simple twist. Looking back. And turning forwards. Last little release for your spine. Over to the other way. Turn forwards, sit tall. Hands rest on your knees for a moment. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply into the belly. Slowly does it into belly, ribs, chest. A few rounds of 3-part breath. Drawing in energy for the day. And slowly releasing. Feeling full of fresh energy as you breathe in. Joy, peace, beautiful, vibrant energy. Exhaling anything that doesn't serve you today, any sleepiness, any heaviness you've been feeling, any doubts and worries. Just a few more of those. Maybe setting an intention if there's an energy you would like to embody today. Bring that word to mind. Know that you can fully embody this energy. You've got what you need. And remember, yoga, your best is always enough. Let your breath return to natural, hands to prayer in front of you. A moment of gratitude to yourself for coming to your mat this morning. We take a breath in together and we let it go. Thank you for joining me, Yogi. Namaste.